What's going on, guys? This is going to be the first video in the Incredible Bulk series. Thank you for hopping on. I really appreciate that. So I got a little slideshow that I've compiled for you. Now, these presentations, these videos are going to be super informal. That's just the way I like to consume my content. Um, yeah, nothing flashy, just like directly to the point. So if you're new to weightlifting, stick around. Okay, so note before we get started, for reference, I focus on bodybuilding mainly. It's my current goal slash passion as of right now. So the principles that I use from here on out are going to be tailored to bodybuilders or people trying to get bigger. Now, that's not to say this information can't be used. Let's just say if you're a hockey player and you're trying to put some more mass on so you can slam people into the wall. Well, yeah, you can use this advice. It's still going to work the same way. Your body still puts on mass the same way you would if you're working out as a bodybuilder or if you are as a hockey player. So it doesn't matter. If you want to get bigger, all I'm saying is I use bodybuilders a lot as examples. Um, so who am I? Why am I qualified to do this? I'm going to move over here. Perfect. So my name is George. I'm 19 out of Canada. I've been training in the gym for just over 3 years now, and I've been bulking up seriously for over two. So the reason why I'm doing this, the reason why I made this course entirely for anyone watching, is I didn't have a mentor when I started. So I made a lot of mistakes along the way. Um, yeah, a lot of dieting, a lot of training mistakes, things that could have easily been avoided had I had the proper guidance. And there's not really an actual community for people trying to put on size. Like there's like Reddit communities, but that's just a bunch of people asking questions that don't know the answer to anything. This is going to be more direct, so I kind of want to be more of a guide slash a teacher, if that doesn't sound too arrogant. And if I can prevent at least one of you from making, one of you watchers from making the same mistakes that I did, then I consider that a win, and that's good enough in my book. Okay, so first and foremost, I used to be real skinny. This is why I bulked up in the first place, was actually to get bigger for basketball, but then I kind of dropped basketball to pursue bodybuilding. Kind of funny how that worked out. So I used to be super skinny. Photo you can see here. So where my mouse is was about 3 and a bit years ago. Move back down here. Whoosh. These principles that I am going to teach you guys are the same things that I did that allowed me to gain 80 pounds as a natural lifter in 3 years while keeping my abs the entire time, as well as things I should have done when I first started. So things I've learned along the way and things that I've done that have worked. So yeah, I was about 122 pounds here, and this is a more recent photo. This is an older one, but I've gone over the 200-pound mark. I'm just under because I just finished a little bit of a cut. So I was probably like 198 or something here. But yeah, I've gained over 80 pounds since I started training. So hopefully this will work. Let that get in there. Okay. Anyways, split. So in terms of the actual training regimen itself, for any beginner out there, I would just recommend a PPL split, like a push-pull legs. So on your push day, you'll be training your chest, your triceps, your front deltoid, which is right here, and then your lateral deltoid, which is right here, so the side shoulder. Um, Pull is going to be back, biceps, and rear deltoids. I'm going to get more into like the anatomical function of each muscle and how to train it in later videos. But yeah, pull is going to be back, biceps, and your rear deltoids, which is back here. Um, yeah, I can't really get a good angle. But anyways, legs, you guys know where your legs are, hopefully. Quads, hamstrings, and calves. I italicize glutes, adductors. I didn't spell adductors right, sorry. And abductors, because I naturally have a pretty fat ass, right? So me personally, I don't want to train my ass too much because then I'm just gonna look ridiculous walking around. I'll just be flumping around everywhere. I'm not a woman, so then my goal is not to have a big ass. You could also toss the shoulder day in there if you would like. Right now, it's just going to be the easiest split for you to run, and it happens to be the same one I do right now, so makes it nice and simple. So, big piece of advice I give anyone watching this video is just try shit out, see what works for you. What works for Arnold Schwarzenegger, what works for Ronnie Coleman, what works for me might not work for you. That's just what I've learned along the way. So you can't take somebody's advice and just decide that it's going to work the exact same way and you're going to get the same results. That's just not true. So yeah, just try shit out. See how it goes. Why not? Focus on compound lifts. This is something I didn't do because I was a bitch, essentially. So I would. Sorry, my camera got cut off there. Where were we? Okay, compound lifts. Um, yeah, I would focus on compound lifts. I didn't do these when I was starting out, and my numbers suffered. So my bench press, my squat, my deadlift, like the numbers that I had, suffered greatly, and it took me a while to like get back. So I would recommend you guys start with this. Now, these are some of the more complicated movements because there is a lot of technique that is involved. I don't know if any of you guys are basketball players, but I was a basketball player, so I'll use that as an example. You can shoot a basketball, right? You can shoot a basketball at the net, or you can just throw the ball at the net. Now, both options require the ball to be in your hands and out of your hands and thrown at the basket, right? But there's technique that goes into shooting a basketball. You don't see Steph Curry just doing hook shots from half court. No, he's got a good form, good pull up, everything like that, right? So for any of you basketball players watching, it's the same with this. It's no different at all. Yes, you can lift the weight and you can throw the weight, but if the weight is not controlled, if you don't respect the weight, it will humble you very fast. So for any of you watching this and you think you're going to go squat 500 pounds right after watching this video, you're an idiot. And if you get hurt, I don't want to be liable for that. I'm just telling you in advance, if you thrust, jerk, or throw the weight around instead of respecting it and lowering it and raising it in a calm and mature fashion, I can almost guarantee that you will injure yourself at some point in the future. Now, injuries are likely to happen to any lifter, so don't be afraid of that. But you can minimize your chances greatly if you just lift not like an asshole. So yeah, focus on compound lifts. If you don't know how to do any of these lifts, that's perfectly fine. You might have a friend who works out, or if you're in the gym, just go up to somebody who's bigger than you. Now, I'm not saying they're going to always be right and their advice is going to be amazing, but 9 times out of 10, if they're a lot bigger than you, or even a little bit bigger than you, they know something that you don't. So just listen to what they have to say, right? You can learn something from everybody out here. That's the beautiful thing about it, right? Everybody's got their own take. So yeah, focus on compound lifts. Kind of brings up my past point. Lift within your means. If you lift like an asshole, the universe is going to treat you like one, and you're going to get really bad injuries. If you've ever seen really bad gym injuries, it usually happens because of one of three things. So number one, the weight wasn't controlled. They just tossed the weight around and there was a tear or break on a joint or a piece of connective tissue. Number two, way too much weight that they're not used to. So instead of just going and benching 300 pounds just once, you kind of have to acclimate yourself. So you have to go from like 135, build up, 225, 275, 285, 295, and then eventually you'll get up to 315. You can't just bench like 315 pounds and expect everything to be okay. It's not. Um, Number three, kind of relates to number one. So I guess two reasons. But yeah, thrusting, jerking, or throwing the weight around. We're not power lifters. We're not javelin throwers. We're not fucking football players. We're trying to put on size, and I'm trying to do it in the way that's safe for you guys, right? Because I don't want to see any of you guys get hurt and then blame the gym and say, "No, the gym's not for me. I got injured right away." It's like, no, you just did it wrong. That's literally it. It's your fault, right? So take some accountability. Yeah, lift within your means. I'm gonna slide down here. Find a workout routine that you like. If you're constantly switching splits, if you go from like push pull legs to like Arnold split, back to push pull legs, and then you do some other crazy type of thing, you're never going to progress. I promise you. You have to pick a split and stick with it. I would recommend for at least the first 6 months and just see how it goes. Find a workout routine that you like, find the exercises that you enjoy, and do them. Especially do the ones that don't hurt. Now, you want your muscles to burn while you're doing the workouts. That's cool and all, and that's kind of the goal here, but you don't want to do any that hurt your joints or your bones. So if you're squatting and your knees, because your knees are not muscle, your knees are tendons and bones. If your knees are hurting like crazy and it feels like they're going to blow up when you're squatting, don't squat. Find an alternative. Do a leg extension, a leg press, hack squat, whatever, right? Just be smart about it. If it hurts your joints or your bones, do not do the exercise. If any of you are watching this and you've been sleeping the entire time and you just woke up, so good morning. You want to take away 3 points away from this video, these are the points that I would give you. Number one, go to the gym and have fun for gosh sake. Everyone makes it seem like the gym's such a depressing place. And for like Sigma people, fuck that. That's complete bullshit. Just go to the gym and have fun with your friends. Just enjoy your time there. Number two, eat more food than what you're eating now. Now, I'm not specifying an exact amount, but whatever you're eating, eat more. You will grow. Number three, get off TikTok and get some sleep. Sleep equals gains. That's pretty much all. See you guys next time.